Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and look, it looks like the only jobs in the USA are government-related type jobs. Imagine running Operation Choke Point 2.0 for 3+ years to kill innovation in the United States, and then you wonder why you've only got government jobs. It's almost as if that was the plan, to destroy everything except government so that you can control everything.
74% of the jobs came from government and healthcare and education. So that's where the bulk of the jobs are. Okay. The rest of the jobs not doing quite so well. Leisure and hospitality, which have been a big source of job growth, just 7,000. Retail, we'd had some strength there, down 8,500. And then temporary help, which is a potential leading sign, minus 48,000. So you have this kind of dual sector economy. By the way, it's not the federal government. A lot of it is local government jobs. They seem to be still hiring in those places or those municipalities. And it's the hospitals up 22,000. So that's where a lot of the job growth is coming from.
So if you're Senator Warren, Joe Biden, Gary Gensler, and friends, what you do, the play is pretty simple. You make sure that all the government people that you can just feed, they're all fed well. You shut down any innovation. You make sure you're friends with all the big-time tech people that can help you censor people from saying what you don't want them to say. And you got everything taken care of. Then kill off any innovation, protect your incumbent friends in the banking system. See how this works? Now, I had no idea that the markets were crashing yesterday until I was doing 4th of July stuff, and then I looked at all this. Actually, I think it had gone down a little bit, and I bought the dip like yesterday, maybe yesterday morning. But then the crash like accelerated, and then I decided I would buy the dip some more. I think I did it this morning. But this is all related. And let me do a refresh and see what the market's at right now. We're at 2.04 trillion. This market's gotten as high as, I think, 2.8 trillion with the introduction of the Bitcoin ETFs and all that stuff. But this is a combination of things all having to do with Bitcoin. I've seen this movie 1,000 times. Mt. Gox has started repaying, and by the way, if you don't think this is timed for some reason, I don't know what the reason is, but if you think this is not timed for some reason having to do with Wall Street, think again. Don't forget who banked Mt. Gox when nobody was banking crypto. That would be a JP Morgan, okay? And also don't forget the untouchable Jed McCaleb, who just seemed to not have to pay for anything having to do with Mt. Gox. He's just let off the hook. And then what I think is a patsy, Mark Karpalais, comes in and, quote, buys it. And then all of a sudden the story goes Mt. Gox was in Japan and all that, which it was not. It was in Costa Rica, which is where Jed McCaleb was. I've proven that before. But anyway, so now the markets are going to be destroyed. And it was an interesting tweet from Good Morning Crypto. XRP, the final shakeout. In 2017, before gaining 70,000%, in only 240 days, XRP dipped below a 3-year line support before being the top performing digital asset in 2018. Did we just witness the final shakeout on the XRP chart? Who knows? But what I wanted to make sure I made this observation. First of all, I've been through to this rodeo several times. Since 2013, I can't count the number of major shakeouts I've seen. Most of those shakeouts were related to Bitcoin. They had nothing to do with XRP or any of the other digital assets. It's just, I've seen several where China, through CCP trying to manipulate the markets, would put out into the press that China was going to ban Bitcoin or ban crypto. This was done, I can't even count the number of times this was done. And it would cause the prices of all of them to go down. Well, that to me was always a great opportunity, just like today, because I would say to myself, okay, so this has nothing to do with XRP. And so, like in this case, Mt. Gox selling some of the Bitcoin or sending it to the people who lost money, and the assumption is they'll be selling it. And so to me, I see that as an opportunity. If that drove XRP's price down, it has nothing to do with XRP. That's a buying opportunity. So that's the way I've looked at it. So I kind of summarized my thoughts here on that, and I did buy the dip twice. This is a Bitcoin maxi Lark Davis. He said, if you're feeling scared by the current market conditions, know this: Bitcoin experienced 20% pullbacks 12 times in the 2017 bull run. In the 2021 bull market, it happened 9 times. Every time people thought the bull run was over and that Bitcoin was dead, smart money bought those dips and made millions. Scared money sold those dips, FOMO'd tops later. Which are you? And he shows this chart, which is interesting. It shows some of the pullbacks. This is from 2015, minus 32%, minus 38.57. There's a minus 24. There's a minus 42%. But I mean, we've seen even bigger ones than that. I mean, it happens. Okay. And then this is a Bitcoin trader that's giving you his thoughts, and I'm no trader. I just thought this was an interesting video.
Bitcoin just crashed down to $53,000. It looks absolutely horrible. And our trade on Ethereum, which is currently a $2.3 million trade, is currently sitting at minus almost $300,000. And as you might remember, this trade was plus $400,000. So it's a $700,000 difference in literally a few weeks. But am I panicking right now? And the answer is no. I'm scaling this trade. And as you can see, I just bought more right here, and I still have more orders to be filled. Am I crazy? And the reason is, no, I'm just intelligent. So here's the reason. Why is it dumping? Number one, it is because of Mt. Gox fear, and the German government is dumping their Bitcoin on the open market instead of the OTC. And even the German member of parliament came out and said, what the hell? So this is the reason, which means it's short term. Even Kiyosaki came out and said, yeah, it's going to be the mother of all crashes. But ultimately, he also said that Bitcoin is going to $10 million a coin, like it or not. So this is an opportunity. And even if you look at liquidations, there isn't that very much of liquidations. And as you can see, this is long open interest. This is shorts. It's disproportionate. So if Bitcoin goes back to 70K, there's going to be $12 billion worth of shorts being liquidated. This is what market makers want to do. And if you look at miners, they have capitulated as well. So we are close to the bottom in the vicinity. And do you really want to exit right here in the cycle before the parabola actually begins? Please, don't be stupid.
Then, see, this is the kind of stuff, I mean, hell, this is what my whole channel's been about. These are the kind of things I'm focused on. This is Casey Craddock from Ripple. Clear GE24 mandate UK Labour. Finalizing the crypto rule book should be a priority for the new government. It's an easy win to boost growth, build trust, and position the UK in the global race to the top for the pro-consumer and pro-innovation crypto regulation. Clear crypto regulations are essential for compliance. First, companies like Ripple continue innovating with confidence. We look forward to working with Prime Minister Kerry, Keir Starmer. I don't know how to say that. But the point is, Ripple's working with the Prime Minister of the UK. I don't think Dogecoin can say that, or any of the meme coins. And look, that's just Ripple. But look, I've always believed that Ripple's laying the pipes. And at some point, I've always thought of it like, I think Vanderbilt laid the railroad tracks, and then Rockefeller laid the oil pipelines across the U.S. And they probably had all kinds of debt and problems and nothing happening. But then once they were finally laid and connected, that's when they turned it on and were basically printing money. And that's kind of how I've always thought of what Ripple's been doing for the last 10 years. Now, do I want to, let me see what I had here. I'm going to play you Putin, and then we'll go into DAI XRP. This is Putin. The world is going through rapid, irreversible change.
Dear colleagues, in today's situation, when the world is going through rapid and irreversible change, an active and initiative position of SEO is very relevant. A multipolar world is now a reality. And the circle of states advocating a fair world order is growing, and they're ready to defend their rights and defend their traditional values. Sprouting up are new centers of power and economic growth, and I'm sure that the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, along with BRICS, are one of the main pillars of the new world order.
The new world order. Okay, and DAIXRP.com, I'm going to show you, for those of you that weren't there, what are the biggest crypto crashes in history. And pretty much it all, most to this point, has to do with Bitcoin. I think we're gonna be entering a new paradigm, but as we can see, we're still in this stupid Bitcoin, everything follows Bitcoin thing. But I believe when regulations come in, I believe you're going to be looking at a totally different market. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family that away we go. Check this out.